Hello there. This is I Go Travel with Don Barnett. Stories about the legendary Paul Bunyan originated in Quebec. And they spread south into the Great Lakes area, all the way from Maine to Minnesota. And eventually, the legend spread across the country, right over here to Northern California, to the real big redwood timber country. I'm telling you that he was so big as a baby that he was put into a crib that was a covered wagon for his size. And he ate 4 rain barrels of porridge for breakfast every morning. As a young man, he stomped around the Great Lakes country, and his footsteps created the 10,000 lakes of Minnesota. We pulled into Klamath, Northern California, just to see these statues of Paul Bunyan and Babe, his blue ox. Paul Bunyan is 15 meters tall. Babe is blue because he never lost his blue color, nearly frozen to death when Paul Bunyan found him. Compare the size of the people standing on the ground to the size of those statues, and that gives you an idea just how big these statues are. And you can tell the weather just by looking at Paul Bunyan's boots. If they are wet, then the prediction is that there is rain in the forecast. If they are dry and warm, then the prediction is that there is sunny weather to be expected. Are the stories about Paul Bunyan, the legendary woodsman, true or not? Well, I don't know, but I can tell you this much. I can tell you a few stories. And I'll tell you that I have never let a few facts get in the way of a good story. One day, Paul Bunyan hooked a babe to a plow and plowed out the Mississippi River all the way to New Orleans. The dirt they piled up on the east side of the trench created the Appalachian Mountains here. And the dirt that was plowed up and thrown on the west side created the Rocky Mountains. When he walked out here from the east, he drug his huge axe behind him on the ground and dug out the Grand Canyon. As we drive into these redwoods in Northern California, I can tell you that Paul Bunyan and his blue ox Babe, they were a mighty pair indeed. I hope that deer resting in my backyard is not obstructing your view. But a couple of stories about Paul Bunyan. He dug the Great Lakes so his blue ox Babe could have a watering hole to drink from. And when it came to those big wildfires, he had big boots, Paul Bunyan did, and he just stomped out the fires before they got started. And those are only a few of the stories of the legend of Paul Bunyan. Hit the subscribe button and we'll be back. But if you want to see more about that California trip in Paul Bunyan country, just Google at Don Barnett 5090 and look for the California playlist. It's in there. And in the meantime, we're rolling on. This is I Go Travel with Don Barnett. That deer is bothering me laying there.